right, so hopefully you can see these streaks on the panel here. And I just wanted to go over how to fix those. So what I'll normally do is I'll wipe the panel down. I'll put more water like on a towel and I'll wipe the panel down really good and dry it off. And then normally that's gonna take care of the streaks for most newer cars. Now on an older vehicle like this, that's, this is how I think that this is what's occurring here. This is like the, just dirt stuck in between the little grooves, or stuck in the grooves in between into the texture here on this panel. And when the water goes down over it, well, it dries that out and cleans out those streaks a little bit. So when the little bit of dirt that's in there dries out, there's no more oils in it, so it goes kind of white. And so what we need to do is reintroduce some oil. So this is basically just this is a tire gloss that's poured onto here in just small amounts, and then this lasts for quite a while before I even add any more. But you could use just a door dressing, Armor All, anything like that. And then I just take it and I go over the, you know, most of the time I'm gonna hit majority of the panel. So I'm at least gonna stay up in here with this. And you can see that that just makes it go right away, because we're just reintroducing the oil back into it. And then I've got a few streaks here, so I'm gonna go ahead and get this whole section as well. And it's not a lot that's on here. This is just very light. I mean, it's enough that when I take my hand off, it does leave a little bit on my hands, and I usually end up washing my hands right after I get done applying this, so that I'm not transferring it to the rest of the car. Like when I'm closing doors and things like that, obviously you're gonna really start leaving some fingerprints. But this is how I take care of these streaks when they don't just wipe away. So a lot of the new vehicles, you'll get some streaks because the panel will change color a little bit where the water has been sitting. So when you wipe it off, you'll be like, oh, you know, you can see the streaks in it, but as it dries, those completely go away. And we're not talking about a long time here. It's usually within about 10 minutes or so, and it's, you know, something that I don't even think about anymore. Wipe it off, it dries up, goes away. These ones though, were not going away, so that's a different type of procedure that we need to take in order to correct them so that the customer doesn't get their car back and have all these lines in it. Let's take a look at the front door as well here, because this has got some pretty pronounced ones as well. All right, so you can see the streaks here, and I'm almost certain that that's just because there's dirt in those grooves and we dried it out with the soapy water. And because a lot of times if you have like a lighter color panel and you get those areas wet and then you clean them off, you can see that your streaks are like cleaner looking almost. And then this again will help in that circumstance. And then, like I was saying, there's not a ton of tire gloss on here. It's just a little bit. And then I just take the bottle and I pour it onto here like that. I stuff this on top of the bottle, and I do that, and that's all that I use on here. And the reason for that is that you don't want to be really changing, you don't want to be adding a ton of gloss to this panel, because then you're going to have to hit like every spot with a whole bunch of this gloss, and we don't want to have to deal with that. So right now I was able to get this, but I don't have to worry about here or across here, because we're not adding that much of a shine to it. And then don't get me wrong, some cars it's going to require that, but for this vehicle it isn't. All right, terrific. I mean, so that's the process there. Those are the steps that I take to clean these up and to give the gloss back and get rid of those streaks in the panel. Hopefully you found something helpful there. If you did, give a thumbs up, subscribe, and we'll see you guys on the next one.